So I'm going to share some updates on the construction activities that are going on in the interiors of this off-grid farmhouse. As you can see, it's a business day as usual. Let us walk inside and see how far progress has been done. So this corridor over here is part of what is going to be worked on today. There's a lot of sandpapering to take place later, as you will witness, especially if you stick on this channel up to the end of this edition. So part of it has already been skimmed and painted, but this other side is awaiting the same process. So the outcome is like you see, it is really fine and awaits the final coat of paint. This is the floor, all tiled up, and this door leads to the washroom area. It is a very beautiful washroom area. I promise you, if you stay here, I'm going to unveil it. And it is also a very modern version of a toilet cum bathroom. Yeah, so this is just the corridor that I was talking about. As you can see, the cornices have been neatly fixed. This is the opening that is usually left so that in case there's any technical issues, the Fundi can get into the ceiling. And this is a sneak preview of the rest of the living area, all jumbled up, but you can see the gypsum ceiling is now done. These are some of the electrical works that have had to be dismantled because they're installing these new ones. And this is the corner where I'd shared earlier. The solar unit is here. Still a long way to go, but gradually we are going to get there. So the Fundis are just getting out some of the materials that are not going to be used today so that it creates space for sandpapering and paintworks. The last time I shot a video and uploaded it, we were just clearing up on the master bedroom, which is ready for painting today. So you'll see that in a while. Well, let us give him some time so that he gets on with his work. But in the meantime, I'd like to show you some of the works that have already been put in place. Some of the lighting system in the living area has already been done, like you can see. Some of the ones that I was touching earlier, the ones that had to be pulled down, and these ones installed. I like them. You cannot believe how this off-grid farmhouse is coming along. It is just wonderful. The interior, mwah, I love it so much. Let us get right into this third bedroom because this is a 3-bedroomed house. And as you can see, skimming done, dry. Sandpaper of course is done, otherwise you'll not have this kind of dust. So Josephat is just brushing away the dust so that he can start the paintworks. As you can see, it is a very spacious bedroom. The gypsum boards are looking nice on the ceiling. And he's just getting out the dust. After skimming, usually there is a lot of dust, and for the paintworks to be perfect, you just have to brush them off. So the paintworks is going on very well in this bedroom. As you can see, is almost done with it, the first layer. So it is given time to dry, and then a second layer and a third layer, if need be. Depending on how it looks like, then the Fundi will decide if he has to keep on applying further layers. Aside from that, this paint is fast dry, so you don't have to wait for so long. Usually the roller absorbs a lot of paint, a lot, as you will realize, so it has to be rinsed off after quite a while so that the wax is just as neat. You don't want dents after you've done your paint wax. So this is why Josephat is rinsing the roller, so that he can have it cleaned in readiness for painting the master bedroom. So you have all the reasons to stay here and see how the master bedroom is looking today. I'd also like to take this chance to thank you for your viewership and your loyalty. I know there are so many videos on YouTube that you could have clicked on, but you chose this one. I don't know why. I hope you find value in everything that I put here. So if that is the case, I'd request that you tap on the like button. That shows that you like this kind of content and it communicates to me so that I know what to keep on bringing. And then if you are watching this and you've not subscribed to this channel, I don't know why that is the case. Maybe you are just not aware, but I'd like to enlighten you that it does not cost you anything. If you check underneath the video on this channel, you'll find my name. Just next to it, there is a button that is written subscribe. So you just tap on that. It is free of charge. It just makes you a part of this community so that anytime I have anything uploaded on the channel, you are able to access it quite faster. So I thank you so much for your loyalty. Please keep watching this video up to the end, especially now that it is sort of a serial. It is a series episode, because I've done 2 others ahead of this one. So you can just find it in the playlist, so that you get to see how this process started. And we are going to unleash the final video about this house in a very short span of time from now. So watch out for the final video about this house, which is almost done. And I'd like you to be the first person to get to see how this off-grid Mabati house will look after this facelift. So while Josephat goes on with the paintworks in the master bedroom, I've walked out again. Julius is ongoing with sandpaper, and I like what I see. What do you think? Tell me in the comment section below. So this is just part of the house that is remaining, especially in the living area. The kitchen, as I'm going to show you now, is done. It's done. Just a few fixtures here and there, but generally it is done. So I have to steal some time away from shooting, because the lady who is supposed to cook today is unwell. And so I'm going to be the chief chef running from now. The advantage to this is that you're going to get a better glimpse of the kitchen area, as much as I'm not unveiling anything today. So I'd like us to have a small chit chat. If you've ever had your house constructed, or you've been someone who is overlooking a different person's construction, be it a house or anything else, how do you treat your fundis? Tell me in the comment section how best you treat your fundis. Do you let them eat from your premise, or do you let them have to buy their own food for the period of time that they're working in your premise? Number 2, if these fundis are coming from far, let's say you've contracted them from a different town, do you let them stay in your premise, or do they have to find their own accommodation? And if at all you are the one who's standing in for these expenses, do you exempt this amount from the total labor charges, or do you ignore? So what I've witnessed here and in many other construction sites before is that I think there is a correlation between how you treat your workers and the final outcome of the work that they do for you. Allow me a few seconds to interrupt our little chit chat so that I can showcase this worktop that I've been using. So it is centrally placed. I love that it is sort of an island that stands alone. So there's a lot of space around it, and it is quite different from what I'm used to seeing. Then something else is that this headlamp is just right above it, so that I think that is a plus. If I were to pick on a certain design of a kitchen, then I will definitely go for this one. I think symmetrically this is well thought of. Aesthetically, I think it is a plus. And practically, it is quite notable that even if you have to work on this worktop at night, you will have no issues with lighting. So aside from that, notice how spacious it is. And there are drawers practically all over. So storage is not an issue. Moving around, it is quite spacious. See, you can move easily from the tap area to where I'm cooking on the gas cooker back to the worktop. So this is a plus for this house. Please keep it here on this channel so that by the time I'm unveiling the whole house, you'll be able to see how structurally practical this kitchen is. So back to our chit chat. I was telling you, how do you treat the workers in your premise, especially if they are doing construction works like in this off-grid farmhouse. So recently I came across a post on Facebook by someone I've been following ardently over a period of time, someone called Nevihood Creations. So Nevi has designed his own house, and it is a mansion, a very beautiful one for that matter. You can find him on Facebook. So this guy was telling stories the other day that he's been able to be part and parcel of the construction process of his house. And he doesn't go there as an overseer or as a foreman. He's actually dressed to work. So he goes there and he's working like he's one of the workers. And if a stranger was to come to the premise on a particular day, he will not be able to differentiate the workers from the owner of the home. So he was saying that this has been a plus for him because he's been able to create a bond with the workers such that they treat him as an equal. They do not disrespect him. They just share stories and, opinion and everything else that he finds helpful about his construction process. And in the process, he's been able to find very valuable information about how he could improve different areas of his construction journey of his house. Aside from that, he was also able to share meals with them. The kind of meals that they take at the site are the ones he was taking. Sometimes he would go ahead and buy them drinks when he felt like his pocket was heavy enough. And I think at this point, it is just in order to summarize that after all, the Fundis are human. Some of them are very learned people. You find Fundis who are graduates and master holders, but they are just not able to find the kind of work that they academically were trained on. So they end up doing such kind of work. Some of them are very good at what they do, So the most basic way that you can treat them is to treat them humanly. And then you, of course, get what you want. You both win. You pay them, they feel well treated, your house is well done. And this is the case of this house that I now showcase for you. So stay here so that you're able to see the final outcome of this house, which I'm going to showcase in the next edition. Hopefully there's quite a lot that I've not still captured, like the solar system, the water system in this off-grid house. So you have all the reasons to stay on my channel. And that brings us to the end of today's edition. Until the next one, I'm very grateful for your viewership.